probably would be the signing of Jade Cargill to WWE. The Kenny Omega comments we'll get to on the second half of the conversation, but Jade Cargill signs multi-year deal with WWE. I can't say that was like a shock. It's been heavily anticipated. She had a pretty decent send-off from AEW. She reports to the Performance Center, which, in this day and age, I guess that's like the new, like pecking order for most signees is that you go right to the Performance Center. But nonetheless, second biggest AEW star behind Cody Rhodes to sign with WWE, Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Well, Brian Pillman Jr. is with them.
Yeah,
now
we can talk.
well.
We absolutely talk about him too.
That one when it happened. But yeah, they showed. I saw a video of her like walking, like strutting into the Performance Center. WWE put that one up. So it looks to me like they're going to invest some time and money into her character. There was a trademark also. What was the name? Like Jada something or other, and people are speculating that that's going to be her new name change. Nothing is written in stone though, but that's the rumor that I saw. The trademark name of, I think, Jada. What was it?
I don't have that pulled up, but that's a mistake. If I were them, that's a mistake, because even though AEW is not a, I mean, you say long-term promotion. Yes, they've been around for about 5 years, but at least she's been doing media and she has been outside the, yes.
Jada Parker was trademarked.
Okay.
So there's speculation that it's going to be her new name. I don't quote me on that, guys, but that's.
If they give her that name, that is absolute dog shit.
Oh, wait. Now there's another story. Breaking news. Jade will keep her name.
Okay.
Let's see. The Jada Parker trademark. Blah, blah, blah.
That would be dead on arrival if she got a name change, because look, we talked about it last week with the releases. Some people can benefit from it if we don't know who they are. Others, it is just an absolute, just 100%. The name is the most recognizable thing. It doesn't work for everybody.
Here's what it is. It's her real name.
Jada Parker?
No, Jade Cargill.
Oh, okay.
It's her real name. So I'm assuming they're going to do what they did with me. And in the contract, it says borrowed, because they can't license your real name. It's your birth name.
Right.
So that's why I was allowed to keep it, because it's my birth name. They couldn't take it from me. So I guess she got lucky with that, because a lot of times you just go there and they just change up your name. And, when you have a fan following, it's confusing. Oh, my name used to be A, now it's B. It's like, just,
And that's what I thought too. It's like, why would you ever want to change somebody who you recognize?
Right. Well, because it wasn't their creation. But in this case, her mother created her, and therefore she gets to keep her name.
So would you agree? Second biggest signing behind Cody?
I mean, well, who else went over besides Brian? Were there any other people who jumped?
Well, would you put her on the same level as Cody, or would you put Cody maybe a tier above?
Yeah, I'd put Cody above her, just for the simple fact that she hasn't had that much experience. Not taking away from, her being a star there, because they absolutely pushed her to the moon.
Right.
But her compared to Cody, I would say Cody's a bigger star.
Yeah.
But no knocking Jade. I mean, she's got a lot accomplished in the short time that she's been in the business. Plus, her physique is out of this world. Like, she is a specimen to behold. Her body is unlike any other, I think, females in the business right now. I mean, there's girls that are cut and lean and look great, but she literally looks like she is chiseled from stone.
Yeah.
Perfect body builder physique. She's getting some criticism. I went into the comment section on WWE, and it was about 50-50. A lot of people are excited, and a lot of people are saying that, she looks like a man. Like, why is she here? She did nothing in AEW. It's yeah. Well, you have your haters. Everybody has the haters, you know.
Yeah.
I hope she proves everybody wrong and she kills it out there, you know.
Yeah.
But God, you can't take away from her looks. Like, whether you like that kind of physique or not, it is impressive.
Yeah. I'm not a fan, of any, by any stretch. I haven't really watched her matches, so I can't give a big critique on her body of work. But, the only person I could really say you could compare her to, like, from that kind of look is Jazz, because Jazz was also jacked, but she's like a foot taller than Jazz.
I was going to say Jazz didn't have the height that
right. So it's like stand two Jazzes on top of Jazz, and it's funny, like that's the only other person that you could compare her to, because Jazz was always 3 times more jacked than anybody else on the women's roster.
Right.
But was just a specimen, and Jade Cargill is 3 times more built and jacked than anybody else, and is twice as big as anybody else. So it's an interesting comparison, I think, with her and Jazz.
Yeah.
And WWE always pushed Jazz. So curious to see what they would do.
I don't know.
We talked to Jazz. No, Jazz always had a good spot until she didn't. When they brought her in, they gave her the belt, and they start and stopped her a lot of times.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they always pushed her. She did shine for a moment, but I think she deserved more than what she got.
Yeah, that I agree with. Okay. Yes, that's fair.
As far as Jade goes, like, I've never met her. Okay, so this is not my opinion, but I've heard people that work there, a couple people have told me that she's not the nicest person in the locker room. I've heard that she made a lot of the girls cry. I don't know if that's true or not. People have said that about me, and it couldn't be further from the truth. So I take that with a grain of salt. But with that being said, you have to have, you have to be humble walking into this environment, because you're new to the locker room. You can't walk in with an "I'm better than you" attitude. So if that's the case, it's going to be interesting to see how she blends in with the other girls, and how they take to her. Will there be jealousy? Will she get along with people? She doesn't have that much experience. So are they going to throw her in the ring with somebody that is an established worker? Because she's going, from what I hear, she's going right to the main roster. So
she should.
You would think that, she'd be with the likes of a Charlotte Flair or a Becky Lynch or something like that, in my opinion. Now, I know Becky's in NXT, but I'm just talking caliber of worker. So it'll be interesting to see, how they use her, what they do with her. Hopefully it's not one of those things where they build her up just to bring her down, because we've seen that in the past. Let's, call a spade a spade. They're known to do something like that with talent. So hopefully, the investment's worth it, and everybody does well. Now, the Kenny Omega comments, I have not heard, so I don't know what that is.
Before I get to Kenny, but that's going to piggyback off of the comments I shared about Jungle Boy. He's got an ego. What has Jungle Boy essentially done in AEW or in his wrestling career, right? Jade has been in the wrestling world for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But she's got this massive ego.
Well, we don't know that. I'm just saying.
Rumors. And look, it's on good authority from the stuff I heard about Jungle Boy, and other rumors swirly than what, you may have heard about Jade's personality.
Mm-hmm.
What's the backdrop to both of those stories, where they came from and where they were brought up? So that's the thing that I think is just a negative. And there were 3 letters that are associated with a company that's no longer in business, that a lot of people also had that same exact head that was big. And those letters are WCW.
Well, here's the difference, I believe. We've said this before. Tony Khan lets them get away with murder. Okay. It's going to be a different thing in WWE. I don't think they're going to tolerate that behavior. And, they'll check you. There'll be people watching. There's always somebody watching. I'm telling you. And I told you, I got in trouble for keeping to myself and for not politicking. you can't do right by them. It's like, what do you do that's going to get an approval from the office? You know, like in my opinion, politicking isn't the best thing to do. But they wanted me to, and I didn't do it. And I got heat for it. So who knows what they're looking for? Who knows discipline actions that are going to be taken? I just know that if there's trouble in that locker room, somebody's going to stooge it off. She's going to have a meeting with someone, and it might not end well. So maybe she walked in humble as pie, and just doing her deal. So maybe somebody smartened her up and told her, hey, that's a different entity. You have to act this way, blah, blah, blah. Maybe what I said isn't even true. I don't know. I heard it from a couple people. I don't know if it's gospel. But I just find the dynamic like you're a big fish in a smaller pond, right? And then you get there and maybe your star isn't shining so bright. And how do you handle that? How does your ego take that blow?
Right.
Are you going to get along with everybody? Is there going to be problems? We don't know. Only time will tell. But I wish her the best. I hope she does well. And I just hope they put her in a program with someone who can take care of her and make her shine.
Right.
Because she has the look of a star, but I feel like she needs some more time under her belt to get there.
Right.
Yes, that's just my opinion.
Very, very well said. So here we go. Here are the Kenny Omega comments. He posted on Twitter. He said, "This may be news to a lot of fans out there, but when one wrestler goes from one company to another, we tend to always wish them the best and cheer for them while they embark on their new journey. Genuinely, it's embarrassing and shameful that some fans aren't capable of the same." So he's responding to the response of the fans jumping on Jade at her signing and saying, "Oh, no, the wrestlers all support each other, and every wrestler loves when a wrestler signs with another company." So I'm going to pick the brain of the wrestler on the show here and say, true or false?
Well, I feel like it's true. I always said when somebody left, I understand the reasoning. Back in the day, it was a money thing more so than a spot, because at the time, WCW, the invasion, so to speak, they were throwing offers at our guys. And they were paying like 5 times or whatever the amount was more than what Paul was paying them. So right. I never got mad per se. I miss them. I miss them being a part of the locker room, but I wish them well, and they're doing it for themselves and their families. So how can you fault that? You're furthering your career. You're taking a pay raise usually. How can somebody be mad at that? Now, the fans that are commenting, again, it's kind of like you have your WWE fans and you have your AEW fans, and you have this very minute number of people who enjoy both products. It's usually one or the other, which blows my mind. It's just like, enjoy wrestling, enjoy the programs. You don't have to pick a side. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're an AEW fan, you can also be a WWE fan. That doesn't take away from your love for AEW. Just enjoy the products and stop fighting over things that don't matter in life. There are far more important things in life to worry about than which promotion is the better promotion. Or, I mean, it's sometimes the fans just, I love you guys, but sometimes you guys make the weirdest choices on what to bicker over. And I just read it and I'm just like, really? We're fighting over this stupid crap now? Like, I don't know.